This class is all about making the lower back happy. It's a good idea to have 2 blocks just in case you'd like to use them. Join me. Make your way down onto your belly. Point your toes behind you and press down through the tops of your feet so that your knees lift, your thighs engage, and your glutes engage. Tense your fingers off your yoga mat. Inhale, lift up cobra. Exhale, lower down. Just really tiny cobras, 2 more times. Take your right hand forward in front of you to the top of your mat. So it's about 1 foot from your chest. Inhale, start to lift into your cobra and then roll over onto your right side. Bend your top left knee. Place your left foot in front of your right thigh and lounge your left arm. Let your rib cage collapse down towards the ground like a hammock. Right shoulder pops up towards your right ear. Let them meet. Breathe into your whole right side. See if you can release just a little bit more. What do you hold in your lower back? It's such a common thing to hear someone say, "Oh, my lower back is so sore." What do you hold there? What lives there? Do you know? Get curious. Walk your hands to the long edge of your mat. Walk your hands super wide apart, so it's like your left hand is reaching for your long right leg. Press your hips back behind you. Bend your elbows wide to the side. Melt your heart straight down. The right hip is pulling slightly back. The left hip is pulling slightly forwards, widening across the back of your pelvis. Can you breathe into your sacrum? Can you breathe into the backs of your hips? Come on up nice and slow. Unravel yourself. Find your hands and your knees. Lower all the way down onto your belly. Point your toes back behind you. Tense your fingers. Take them wide off your mat. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, come on down. 2 more rounds on your own. Press through the tops of your feet. Engage thighs and glutes. This time, take your left hand about 1 foot forward in front of you. Start to lift into your cobra and roll over onto your left side this time. Bend your right knee, step your right foot in front of your left thigh. Right arm lounges. Collapse the left sides of your ribs down towards the ground. Let your shoulder and your ear meet. Breathe into your whole left side. Get curious about why. It's always the lower back that's sore. Like over generations, throughout all of the humans, it's always the lower back that's sore. I wonder why. What else lives there? Come on up nice and slow. Walk your hands wide. Press your hips back, bend your elbows to the sides, melt your heart down. This time, the right hip is pulling forward, the left hip is pulling back. Breathe across the back of your pelvis. Breathe directly into your lower back. What's there? Come on up nice and slow. Swing your legs straight forward in front of you. Roll down onto your back. Come into happy baby. Grab the outer edges of your feet. Hug your knees down towards your armpits. Kick your feet up towards the ceiling. Maybe a little bit of a rock from side to side. Now really resist hands into feet and feet into hands. See if you can make the lower part of your spine and your pelvis a little bit heavier on the earth. Close your legs up like a book. Drop 2 knees to the left. Right arm falls open. Twist. Knees up and over to the right. Left arm falls open. Twist. Come on back to center. Grab a block. Slide the block under your hips and pelvis. If you don't have a block, a big book will work too. Take your legs straight up to the ceiling. So if you've got extra time, I suggest you pause this video right now and stay in this pose for 5 or maybe even 10 minutes. What lives in your lower back? And what could live in that lower back space if there was physical pleasure there, if there was not discomfort, if there was a sort of joy? Bend your knees, put your feet down on the floor, and then finally walk your legs towards long. Point your toes, hug your ankles in towards one another, stretch your arms above your head. 3 breaths. This one has a sigh. Bend your knees, put your feet flat on the floor. Remove your block from under your pelvis and let yourself fall down into a shavasana. You get to stay here for as long as you're able to. And I hope that you found a happier back. Thanks.